Hey guys, IQ0 FPV here. Can you fly 3 laps of any track super tight, full throttle and with absolute confidence without scrubbing off any momentum? Well then this video probably isn't for you. Now that MCK has clicked off the video, let's talk about the 4 key pillars of line choice that can make you faster at your next race. The 4 pillars in order are 1. Comfort, 2. Momentum conservation and smoothness, 3. Tight lines, and 4. Speed and throttle percentage. The first and most important concept is comfort. This is because I truly believe if you are not comfortable flying a track, you will not have the consistency and confidence to build upon your flying, let alone keep your nerves in check during a race. This means if you are not confident on an element, don't feel pressured to fly it in the optimal way. For example, most people power loop by going over the 2 gates in question, but if you're not up to that, it's much more beneficial to take a super wide and flat line if you can fly it with more confidence. The next concept is momentum conservation and smoothness. If you're 100% confident with a track or an element, then and only then would I recommend that you look for ways to conserve more momentum and smooth out your lines. This is because out of the 2 most polarizing ways to take a corner, super tight, minimizing distance traveled, and wide, smooth lines which save momentum, the second is much safer and more predictable. Not to mention all the other benefits to smoother flying, like less battery consumption, simpler stick movements, less prop wash, all contributing to an easier time improving. Tight lines. Probably the first thing you think about when talking about a fast pilot, and especially in 5-inch open class, is just about the number one thing you can do to go faster. With this being said, flying closer to obstacles has a much greater risk than previous concepts, and even small errors can cause the need for micro corrections or in the worst case, a crash. Lastly, speed and throttle position. You will notice the order of these concepts is grounded around the amount of comfort you have to give up to implement them. Adding throttle is a desperate strategy to fly faster, but unless you have mastered the previous concepts and continue to work on them as you increase your speed, you'll be lucky to gain any time at all per lap, despite giving up nearly all of your consistency. A general rule of thumb is if you can't maintain the previous 3 ideas, you're flying too fast and should slow down. If you continue flying faster than you can handle, you'll end up blowing out your corners, losing all your momentum and asking yourself why everyone else is flying faster than you, despite being pinned at 100% throttle. Now this is a pretty unsatisfying and slow way to fly, if you ask me, so instead, focus on these ideas in the order explained and you will see the greatest results. After all, you cannot improve unless you push your limits, and you cannot push your limits unless you're comfortable. Learn from my mistakes and go smash some PBs. See ya.